we are going to get some painting done. I'm going to give myself focus time this morning because that's really when I do my best work, and I need to protect that time more. So here we go. I like that sanded. I think was scrubbed back when it was slightly wet. Oh, I like this too. Okay, these are the two that I was, wait, no. These two were the two I was finishing. So I'm gonna set them aside. And I don't want to overwork them. I like the kind of raw ease about them. Today's been weird. I was out sick a couple days. And just in general, my studio time hasn't been great recently in terms of like being able to have concentrated hours and deep work. Just kind of making do with the pockets of time. You know, maybe an hour chunk here and there when I feel when I'm able to work. It's just one of those tough times, and it's also hard when when like outside schedule stuff collides with when you're kind of struggling with a body of work, or for me, I think it's in between bodies of work when I finished up like a small collection of pieces, and now I'm shifting gears and I'm trying to work on some smaller stuff to release in the next few months. And I just don't really have a plan yet. I haven't like caught that thread, you know, that flow yet of where the idea is solid. There's enough freedom with the choice of like materials, size, and time freedom. And I find that I'll start fixating on like, I really want to start working on 12 by 12 canvases, and just like working on all one size canvas simplifies things for me. And so I think actually for now, for the next like group of paintings that I'm going to work on, I might just do like all squares, because I think mixing it up where I'm doing different like portrait, landscape, and squares, that sort of shift in composition, which can be good for your creative muscles and stuff, but right now I need some simplification. Like I need to simplify at least a few aspects of the work that I'm working on. So I think going between, let's see, what do I have? Okay, so I have 3 30 by 30s. I have maybe 3 48 by 48s, and I do have some 60 by 60s, but that feels a little larger than I want to go right now. But in terms of small canvases, because I did want to have some smaller works, I don't know, I'm just rambling. Part of me just thinks it's a form of procrastination because I'm tired, or it could be resistance. It's all the things, but resistance. Why is there such resistance for doing things that are awesome and fun? But it's really hard when you're not feeling that. And sometimes after I take a bit of a break, I actually really struggle to get back get back into it. So my creative cycles are a bit shorter, where I can work on something like for a week straight, but I go like super into it if I can. And I think that's just how I prefer to work. And when I'm not getting that, I feel really stifled. Okay, so I'm going to be going through this shelving right now and clearing out any stretcher bars, any frames, and any blank canvases so that I can get my painting plan sorted for the next 3 months. And really, I'm just trying to let go of some things if I don't see myself using it in the next 6 to 8 months. I need to reclaim some space and flow, and I need to organize, so the less stuff I have to organize, the better. But it's really hard for me to let go of supplies. But I've over purchased in the last few years, or actually what's happening is, like, when I buy supplies to create a collection, there's always a few stragglers, a few canvases that don't get used, or that I didn't finish those paintings. So I end up either painting over them or just working on them in a different collection, or maybe I don't, and so just kind of like left behind. So I've been kind of left with what I have. So what I have now are just kind of some random sizes that maybe I'm not as keen on using, because I'll have this idea, like, I really want to work on just 30 by 30s, and so I get a bunch of 30 by 30s, and then I'll have like 2 or 3 left over, and then I've moved on to another size. Or when I'm buying frames, I get frames, I have to buy them in bundles of like 3 or 6, and that kind of starts this perpetual loop of not having the canvases to fill the frames, or not having enough frames for the canvases. So anyway, it's kind of boring, but it's still a struggle. This storage space is supposed to be for finished work, and it's just turned into a jumble. Some finished work, frames to be used, panels that are half painted, blanks. It needs to be more organized. Clear out this whole place here. I'm going to move the printer over so it's about right there, and then this is going to be the storage, the canvas storage on top. See, like these aren't attached yet, but I have a bunch of these panels that fit in here, so I think I just need to do another small collection. Like that might be done. We're almost done. And I have 3 of these walnut frames. These are for 8x8, which I do have the canvases for. I kind of have some works in progress, but I'm just not so stoked on them. These are some stretchers that I've just reclaimed from pre-made canvases that I can just restretch some canvas on there, either whether it's pre-primed or not. So I'm gonna just hang up a bunch of these on the wall and get a gallery wall going. Do a gallery wall up there. Maybe even, it might be bigger pieces so that I don't have to get up there with the ladder and to get down like a small painting. But I need to get this finished work up on the wall a bit more so it's just visible. So when people come by to see work, it's just already hanging. I'm trying to show you up here. This wall is very tall. I want to say it's 12 feet up to the bottom of that window. And I could have some large paintings hanging up there. And I haven't yet, because I really do honestly like just the plain white and having it not be visually busy, because what I'm working on below, I don't want it to be impacted by what's hanging above it. And then this wall over here, I could do large finished work hanging up there. You can see, I don't know if you can see, let me show you. Okay, oh yeah, you can see 2 hangers up there. So I used to have a big 5-foot by 8-foot painting hanging up there for a couple of years, and it sold, and I was so grateful to have that wall space back. And it was really hard to get it up and down with a ladder. I have video of it. I wonder if I can find that. But if they were not quite so long, if the paintings were more square, like maybe these 60 by 60s, it might be more manageable. It was a little tough because that was an 8-foot long painting. And so that was a little tougher to keep up there than maybe if it was like some larger portrait ones. I just wanted to come over here and just say that sometimes your favorite paintings just take a while to sell. That blue frame is just awesome. Okay, we've made progress. Got some finished paintings on the right-hand side, and then I've opened up the left-hand side to some blank canvas. And I'm just gonna come in here and write with a Sharpie the sizes. I didn't want the labels facing outward. It's just like visual clutter. I need less visual. And really it's just for my own, to know what sizes I have. So let me do that. Smaller ones can go up here. Much better. Really, I'd like to have a shelf. It would be great if it was adjustable. I don't know how I could do that, but at least some of them with a shelf so that I can slide 16 by 20s up top, or just smaller paintings. Okay, I like that. Okay, a little organization feels good. So that feels nice. So these ones here are the blank ones, and I just have the sizes. These ones aren't in the plastic still, so I'm not gonna write on those. These already have paint on them. One's a really old painting. I'm ready to let it go. This one, I let my kids go to town on it when they were like, I don't know, 3, 4. Oh, see that? Gosh, I get sentimental then. It's garbage night. Okay, I've never done this.